Mr. Chairman, thank you, and thanks for holding this hearing. Dr. Yellen, thank you for being here. Appreciate your time and coming through, following through on some of these questions. And I haven't been here for the whole hearing, and I apologize for that also. So I'll just ask the question, did you make a comment as to whether or not interest rates are going to rise in March?
I indicated that at our upcoming meetings, we will try to evaluate whether or not the economy is progressing, namely labor market conditions and inflation, in line with our expectations. And if we find that they are, it probably will be appropriate to raise interest rates further. We've indicated that we think a gradual path of rate increases is likely to be appropriate if the economy continues on its current course.
Is that the same answer for an interest rate increase for June? Same answer? Because I think those are the two most important questions going to come out of this hearing right now, is how you answer that particular question.
So my colleagues and I, in writing down our economic projections, we last did that in September. And of course, the economic outlook is uncertain and it may change. But given our expectations at that time, most of us concluded that a few interest rate increases would be appropriate this year.
Okay.
The median was 3 at that time.
Okay.
And that means we have 8 meetings a year. And it means that at some meetings we would, if things remain on course, increase our target for the federal funds rate and not act at others. And precisely when we would take an action, whether it's March or May or June.
Right,
I know people are focused on that. I can't tell you exactly.
They are, just so you know, they are.
Which meeting it would be. I would say that every meeting is live. And
I would anticipate that or argue that the markets are anticipating to rate increases, and individuals are also. Would you agree with that?
I'm sorry, that
they're anticipating rate increases this year.
Well, it's our expectation that rate increases this year will be appropriate.
Let me tell you why I'm asking the question. You know, we have average sale prices of houses in southern Nevada right now around $238,000. So I'll shift over to housing markets for a minute. $238,000. At the peak, they were selling for $315,000. So you can still see that some of these homes are still underwater, and we're a long way away from a full recovery in the housing markets in the state of Nevada. So as the housing markets continue to struggle, how does this impact your thoughts on future interest rate hikes?
So housing has been recovering nationally, but at a very slow pace. And we recognize that higher interest rates can have a restraining impact on the recovery in housing. House prices have been moving up. So it's one of many factors that bear on our thinking about the appropriate path of interest rates. But remember that employment growth is strong, consumers are doing well. That's an important support for housing, as well as the fact that there is so much potential for an increase in home ownership. So I expect housing to continue recovering, but overall we need to take account of all the different forces that affect job growth and inflation in the economy. And everything put together, we think that some removal of accommodation is likely to be appropriate.
Okay. How important is a fiscal stimulus to the next interest rate hike?
So we don't know what fiscal plans will Congress and the administration will decide on. We're not basing our judgments about current interest rates on speculation about that. The economy has been making solid progress toward achieving our objectives. The unemployment rate is close to levels we regard as sustainable in the longer run. Inflation's moved up, and it's those trends that are driving our policy decisions and not speculation about fiscal policy. Also, remember, there are many factors that affect the economy. Fiscal policy may matter, but it's only one of many things we need to consider.
Let me ask you this question on the fiscal stimulus. What's better, a tax hike or spending cuts, in your opinion?
I think this is squarely in your domain to prioritize and decide on
All
that.
right, let me ask you this question. Is it better to cut corporate income taxes or personal income taxes?
Again, this is a decision that Congress needs to make, and it's outside of our purview.
Do you support a border tax or do you not?
I'm not going to tell you that either. We are.
I'm trying here. Mr. Chairman.